Internet, how are you doing today? Welcome to another episode of Renegades React. These trailers just keep coming out in such amazing ways. I mean, First there was a trailer to this trailer. Well, a teaser to this trailer.
Not teaser trailer for the trailer.
Yes.
Really? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
What?
What is this madness? What is this craziness? So yeah, the newest trailer for Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice has just dropped. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen I've stayed away from this because I know that if I had seen it before, you all would know. I usually tell you before, and I always tell everyone whenever I have seen the trailer.
I mean, full disclosure.
Yeah.
I have not seen the trailer. I've seen the teaser trailer for the trailer, but not the trailer.
Okay.
I haven't seen the teaser trailer or the trailer. I can't deal with that. That just makes no sense to me.
I
I'm not
have
okay
half
with it.
seen this trailer. Okay,
Half?
how this usually goes? I'll be
always at work.
I'll
and-
be at work unloading a truck, and there will be like a lull, and then my buddy who is really hyped up about all these movies, like, check this out. So
Michael, man, check this out right here.
I can't hear anything in the truck, and I'm like still unloading, so I halfways watch it because I know we're gonna watch it here. So
Yeah.
I've seen some of it, but I couldn't hear any of it. And
Okay.
so I've seen half seen it.
That's fair.
Look, you're gonna have to have a talk with him and be like, look, I got to watch this for business.
Right.
This is both business and pleasure.
Yeah.
I mean, this is because the people are going to see our reaction and they love hearing our banter. I mean,
Do
as
that?
evident, as evidence from our last trailer reaction.
Video
starts
at 8:27.
Oh,
Yeah.
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay, we got it here.
We banter after.
Here we go.
thing.
Doing it.
That's him right there. There he is.
Oh.
Get a shot.
Hey, Bruce.
Who's that?
You must be new. That is Bruce Wayne.
Mr. Wayne. Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham? Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. People living in fear. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical, wouldn't you say? Considering every time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff-piece editorial about an alien who could burn the whole place down.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's the Gotham City in me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
Boys,
Lex!
Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
Lex?
Hi, hello, Lex. It is a pleasure. Ow, wow, that is a good
That's a
grip. You
beautiful
should
entrance.
not pick a fight with this person. You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? Is that power can be innocent.
You're gonna go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us.
You know you can't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
You're psychotic.
It is a three-syllable word for any thought too big for little minds.
It's time you learn what it means to be a man.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
If man won't kill God, the devil will do it.
Oh my God.
What have you done?
Oh my God.
Okay. Hey.
What?
Hey.
Hey. What's
Nice.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Perfect! Perfect!
Boy.
Okay.
You can say it.
Zod lives.
Zod lives.
Kind of.
Okay,
only a little.
It kind of looks
You
like
don't know
Zod's
that.
going to be reborn as Doomsday.
Well,
apparently.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I think none of the above.
Okay, here's my issue. Okay, I'm gushing over the trailer, but at the same time, you're giving too much away.
Oh yeah, they're giving it all. Oh yeah, that's been a big problem with trailers for a while.
You're giving it away. Why couldn't you save the reveal for when the movie comes out? It'd be
Yeah.
a big thing. I mean, honestly, why not end the trailer at showing Zod's thing being unzipped, and then all of a sudden it's just. Instead, no, you had to keep.
I mean, they could have cut out like. They could have done the bit where there's all the electricity flying around, and then just cut to Batman, like, oh crap!
So you're saying like don't show the creature.
Don't
just
show the creature.
Just show Wonder Woman blocking the blast.
Yeah, and then the she with you. I thought she was with you. That was perfect.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see
beautiful.
that. I could see that. But then again, they give away the uniting storyline, which could have been saved again. Well, I know what people are going to say. Everybody's a critic, and yeah, I'm a critic. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this.
Okay.
But
well, can we all agree that Ben Affleck has a really good bat chin?
Yes,
I
it's
mean,
good.
It's
And
good.
his Batman voice.
It's
His
good.
Batman voice is also really good. Yeah. He's being more gravelly with it, but at the same time, he's not going full Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Swear to me.
No, instead his he's got his normal. Instead, he's got his normal voice. His normal voice is just I'm Ben Affleck, and then it's like I thought she was with you.
That's
just like a little more gravelly, a little a little less telling.
Yeah.
As
The dialogue is pretty. I mean, it's pretty witty though.
Well,
I mean,
I'm okay with
well,
it.
Chris Terrio wrote this. Chris Terrio, he wrote Argo with Ben Affleck.
Oh,
so yeah, the very good banter, and from what I'm seeing, Zack Snyder is actually keeping a steady hand with his direction. Is because
I think Chris Nolan's keeping a steady hand on Zack Snyder.
no, well, actually, Chris Nolan. I've heard Chris Nolan is not involved with this.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
I thought he was producing like everything. And just
Well,
kinda sitting back.
I think he's gone from producer to executive producer. Executive producer's one who really just slaps their name on it and puts up the money, whereas a producer is on set every single day.
So instead of like Qui-Gon, he's like Qui-Gon force ghosting.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, I could see that. That's what I've heard. But
I'm not there, but I'm watching over you.
Yeah.
but
Thanks.
so yeah. Ben Affleck as Batman. I remember when they announced this, everyone was just like making cracking jokes and saying,
were they?
"Yeah."
I was a little upset about it. He's really growing on me. He's like the kudzu of Batman
Dude,
actors.
we were cracking jokes all day long about who would make better Batman than Ben Affleck.
But I was okay, and also Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. You originally it came down to him and Bryan Cranston.
Ooh,
and
that's a tough.
Well,
call.
Bryan Cranston has been playing a badass bald guy on TV for the last. He played a badass bald guy on TV for 6 years previous as unto this.
Yeah.
But I see where they're going with this. They're portraying Lex in his beginning before he goes ex-nay on the airhead.
Right. I don't know. I'm still not feeling Lex.
You-
But I think I was spoiled because we watched Smallville for so long.
Oh,
and
God.
Michael
Yeah.
Rosenbaum
was
such a good
a
Lex
badass
Luthor.
Lex, dude. He was such a
So
badass
good.
Lex.
Really good.
I don't know. He just he could be. And early in the show, you really liked him. I mean, you wanted him to be a good guy.
Yeah,
Right.
but you knew he wouldn't be.
But he could just do. He just had this gravity about him that was so.
Well, he could do such turns with his way of acting. You see, how he went about playing Lex was, he eventually, well, in the beginning, he had the good visage and everything. But later on, there are chips in the armor, and he becomes more fearful of his mortal coil.
And even when the writing got silly on that show, he was still such a good. I mean, the character was so well done.
Well, yeah,
as far
well,
as
they
acting
allowed
wise.
Rosenbaum to do whatever he wanted, and then when the writing got bad enough, he left.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect?
But he did come back for the season finale and was
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
Or the series finale.
And I'm going to express an unpopular opinion.
Go ahead.
I was pretty okay with Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor.
Yep.
No, I'm not against that at
I
all.
mean,
he was the bright
did
spot
all
in the
right.
film.
Yeah.
For me, he was the biggest bright spot in the
bright
film.
spot in that film.
Well, okay. As Kevin Smith put it better than I think almost anyone else could have. Whereas you in the first Superman films, you will believe a man can fly.
Mm-hmm.
and for Superman Returns, it was, you will not believe how freaking boring this guy can be. Because honestly, Superman doesn't throw a single punch the entire film.
Takes the bullets in the
eye.
Dodges the gun still.
Yeah.
Still dodges the. Really?
You see, and you see,
Really?
that was such a great shot too. You see, and Bryan Singer's a great director, but he made a very boring film, and it was because they threw, as Kevin Smith put, they threw $250 million at him and said, you can do whatever you want. He's like, all right, I'm gonna make the art house version of Superman, where Superman doesn't throw a punch and hangs out outside Lois's windows like, nobody understands me. Think about that. That's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
I mean, and eventually it's just like, she whispers in his ear, "You're not alone. You have a child." And it's just like, you assume that's what she said. You never really hear what she said.
Yeah.
But you assume that's what he was told, because he appears in the home.
There was so little personality in that movie, except for Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, and they got Brandon Routh. I think Brandon Routh. He's a decent. It's kind of like how Hayden Christensen was.
Oh yeah.
In the Star Wars films, in the hands of a good director, which Bryan Singer's a good director, but in the hands, but there's a lot of things that can contribute to a bad performance. Bad directing is one of them. Can't call Bryan Singer a really bad director because he gave us X-Men: Days of Future Past and The Usual Suspects, which is still a fantastic film even now.
So good.
But I think a lot of it deals with them trying to play Superman as he was instead of having him grow. Because they were dovetailing off of Donner's Superman,
Right.
Superman 2. They were dovetailing off of that. They pretty much got rid of the whole nuclear man and the whole
Drunk Superman. You didn't like that?
Yeah,
probably for the best.
Richard Pryor, Superman's name.
Richard Pryor.
No, don't get me wrong. Richard Pryor, I love Richard Pryor, but he was off kilter in that film. And if they would have let him have full control over what he was saying, the movie would have been rated R, but it would have been friggin' hilarious.
Yeah.
And it still would have been a bad Superman movie.
It would have been a bad Superman movie, but it would have been a decent,
Less bad.
Yeah, less bad.
Yeah.
Superman. I mean, they tried to do You remember the intro to that movie? Slapstick galore. I mean, honestly, Superman hits a guy in the face with a pie. An old man loses his seeing eye dog. The dog runs around and knocks stuff over, and then a mime trips on marbles, and the old man crashes through a pane. It was like
It's like, what is going on?
It was like a Three Stooges act or a Laurel and Hardy piece. I was like, what? Come on,
Oh, wise guy, eh?
yeah. And it was just unbelievably silly.
Yeah.
And okay. Back on the subject of this film.
Let's talk about the bad guys.
The bad guys?
Yeah.
I'm sort of concerned about. I don't want them to give like a goofy introduction to either Wonder Woman or is Aquaman supposed to appear in this?
Yes. Momoa has stated that he will be in this film.
I mean, because Superman has a movie establishing him.
Yeah.
Batman needs no introduction because it's Batman.
Yeah.
But
and
it's
plus people still have the Nolan Batman movies.
And
still
plus,
fresh in their
Batman is
synapses.
just a human using advanced technology that he designed. Superman, we have backstory, but really powerful Amazon from a mysterious island and dude that lives in Atlantis on the bottom of the ocean. That's kind of just throwing them in there might be a little goofy,
Well, yeah. I can see that, but at the same time, if they do it right, you see, it's just like them throwing characters into select films. That's just like them throwing Hawkeye into Thor.
Right after the fact.
After the and. I was like, okay. The way they introduced his character was fitting.
Oh, it was
fitting. It was fitting how they did that.
Yeah.
And if they do that with Jason Momoa, who I think will make a fantastic Aquaman, because I love Jason Momoa.
I'm pretty all right with it.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Hawkeye, again, a human, you can say he has whatever, like hyperkinesis or whatever they say, but basically just a human that is specially trained for a human organization.
Yeah.
So still not that much of a stretch as far as like mystical Amazon or mystical
they're
Atlantean.
going to have their own separate films.
Yeah, I'm expecting that they're going to do like a Wonder Woman and Aquaman films. Do them before this. Have them set as sort of prequel.
I could see prequel. I could see prequel. But at the same time,
I don't know.
Now that you mention it, if they did it the same way they're doing Batman, they're just throwing this Batman at us. First in. I mean, he even gets top billing over Superman. That's which
because
is
it's Batman.
Yeah, I know it's Batman. I know it's alphabetical and all this.
Well, to be fair,
No, it's just
who
because
do you
it's
think
Batman.
people care more about, Batman,
Batman.
or Superman?
We've already seen a
Batman.
Superman movie.
We could put
in this
B after
universe.
Z in the alphabet, and Batman will still get top billing
It's true.
because it's Batman.
It's true.
But,
It's
please.
Batman. What are you gonna do?
but for me, I don't think Doomsday's spoiling anything.
Because
it was pretty well established that he was going to be in it from all the theories and stuff.
Well, the theories,
'Cause if-
but the theories didn't ring true. You didn't have anyone from the studio come out and say, "Yeah, Doomsday's going to
yes,
be
they
in
ring
this."
true because he's in it.
Well, he's in it, but at the same time, it wouldn't have rung true until it was actually shown
Yes,
when the movie premiered.
He does kind of look like a baby Doomsday or a prototype because his spikes haven't really come out or anything. He looks
Yeah,
like
he's just got the
he looks like
bone.
he's still in developmental stages.
Yeah, he looks.
Proto Doomsday.
Yeah.
But
well, see, I was actually thinking Bizarro. I thought they were going to take Zod's body and create a Bizarro Superman.
I could
Well,
have gotten
okay,
behind that, but that
this
would have
is-
made the film kind of goofy.
This for
Bizarro's
me
not serious
Well,
at all.
Wait, they can
no.
make a serious, but I don't know.
Well, they could do a serious Bizarro, but at the same time, they'd have to, take away his dialogue and make him more of like a true evil.
Well, I thought they may have taken like the Smallville direction, where at first he would look exactly like Superman, so they're going to try and tarnish the reputation.
Yeah,
and
that's
sort of
what
instigate the fight between him and Batman.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm thinking is in the Chris Nolan movies how the villains carried each other through.
Right.
I think Doomsday's kind of.
I feel like
the big baddie, but I think Bizarro is going to be a big part, and the reason behind that is like when you see him come down in the desert bunker, there are people kneeling to Superman,
right?
And I don't think that real Superman would stand for that.
Well, now, all right.
So,
as it happens, one of the related videos, they actually have the thumbnail is
pointing to the patch
on the soldiers, like the Superman shield.
Yep.
Right.
So I don't know. I
mean, I still think that's Bizarro
and
or something.
I feel like it's completely feasible for there to be like this cult that pops up around Superman without his permission.
Well, it was just like
but Superman was in the bunker with them.
Yeah, but he lands and he's just like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
No.
I can see that.
In the teaser trailer to the trailer, he comes in and it's like he's home. It's like he just got back.
It looks like they're working
and then he rips the Batman mask off and reveals it's. Yeah.
Well, there goes that theory.
Well,
now, dang it.
I think these are the Sons of Krypton, kind of like how the Sons of Batman were in The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going with that.
They could be robots because Superman's used superbots before in some of the animated movies to stage. Which is gonna be super lame, as Superman's been building robots.
The life model decoys.
It's like I'm sorry. Is he also ruler of Latveria?
No.
Thanks, Dr. Doom.
No, but Superman versus the Elite, he kind of staged that in fight where he appeared like a psychopath, but really instead of throwing cars on innocent people, the Superbots came in and.
Well, he actually did lobotomize Manchester Black.
Yeah, but he didn't kill him. He just cut away the piece of his brain that gave him his powers, so he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine, but
I mean that's pretty invasive.
Well, it was just like the one thing where he. It was the Justice Lords in the Justice League cartoon.
Oh,
and he actually melted Doomsday's. He lobotomized Doomsday in the same way, and Doomsday was just sitting there and he was drooling after the battle and everything. It was just like, huh. And then they do it to Manchester Black, but Manchester Black, as you say, was all right, but still he wasn't himself.
Yeah.
Because he'd lost his power. I mean, it's just like all of a sudden.
Are we somehow not okay with this?
What? Manchester Black was an anti-hero, not a true villain.
I'm pretty sure they killed people.
I
don't remember that.
Well,
movie
that's an anti-hero.
Really.
Han Solo kills people.
Well, yeah, but usually they deserve to die.
Yeah.
The ends justify the means as well in some regards. With
what about all regards?
I mean, I was okay with Superman breaking Zod's neck, but I mean,
not.
Manchester Black.
Was, he's still alive, so it doesn't matter.
Well, okay. So, anyway, I'm still bummed that they gave so much away. For me, it was just like the How to Train Your Dragon 2 trailer. I've probably talked to you all about this in the past. The How to Train Your Dragon 2 trailer. They could have just had it to where there was this mysterious writer that was constantly chasing Hiccup.
Just spoiler alert if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
you might want to mute something.
And then all of us they can watch the trailer.
Okay.
They can watch the trailer. You can go on Netflix and watch this movie, guys. Anyway, on the trailer, all of a sudden it's revealed it's his mother, and I'm like, what? Why couldn't you reveal that
why,
in the
why
movie?
reveal that in the trailer? Yeah.
Yeah, why not save that for the shock of the actual release? Why not pique their interest? I mean, take the Jaws approach. The less you see, the more story there actually is, because it will build. And when you actually see it and the reveal is something so satisfying like that, it makes it all worth more.
Yeah.
I mean, I just hate how movie trailers are doing it nowadays.
I mean, there's a difference between building hype and giving away too much.
Yeah. Yeah, when you build the hype,
it's a fine line.
Well, when you build the hype and the payoff is worth it, in which if the payoff for this was Doomsday, the reveal of the monster that caused that,
they could have cut out that 5-10 seconds.
5-10 seconds.
They
And
could have cut that, had a fade
like
to
you would
black,
have been
fade
questioning,
in.
was it
would have been-
Zod? Was it Doomsday? Was it Bizarro? Was it this? And then
it's like,
people,
what
and then
the
all of a
crap
sudden people
was
go
it?
into
Yeah.
theater, and when that scene comes up, they're like, "What is it? Doomsday!"
Yeah,
but
mean,
instead they're like, "Oh, Doomsday's. So this is how Doomsday's born." Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's other details in there, but you don't really need them because it's like, oh, hey, they have Zod's body. Oh, hey, electrical stuff. Oh, hey, Doomsday.
Boom.
I mean, sure, there's little connecting details, but you've got the gist of it.
Yeah.
See, I think Zod's coming back.
I think he.
Zod.
Well,
I
actually,
know.
I was going to mention
I
this.
think they're
I
going
was
to use his DNA to do other stuff.
I was going to mention this actually. Michael Shannon, the man who played Zod,
I'm familiar with the actor.
well, actually gave it away.
I've been giving it away for you. Sorry.
Yes, you have. You predicted it. I told you this weeks ago. I accept it. Zod freaking lives. Give it a rest. Okay. Anyway, Michael Shannon was talking. This was I think about 4 months after you said Zod lives. All of a sudden, he was a story popped up where he was talking about he was in his suit, the Zod suit, but he couldn't open the door on his trailer because they did something to his hands that made them pointed to where he couldn't open.
So he's the
door.
penguin, is what you're saying.
I think Zod will come back as a clone, and it'll be an incomplete clone.
Yeah, okay.
That was the gist that a lot of people got from that. Whenever Michael Shannon revealed that, he was dressed in the Zod suit, and he was stuck in his trailer. They were like asking where he was, and they found him sitting in his trailer. Like, why didn't you come out? It's like, couldn't open the damn door.
Like, come on, guys. It's not that hard.
But yeah, go ahead, Caleb.
I don't know. I think they're rocking more villains than we're giving them credit
I should
for.
hope so. I mean, because
yeah.
look at all the heroes.
Yeah.
They have.
I think there's going to be Zod, Bizarro, and Doomsday, Proto Doomsday. Because you hit the nail on the head with that. There's no way.
He doesn't look complete.
Like, I think they'll kill that thing or defeat it and think they're dead, but Doomsday's going to be back with more.
Well, with Doomsday, his thing, I think originally, it wasn't very good writing, but he was under the earth, right? He was buried for a long time and just asleep, and he erupted. So I think they'll probably what I'm predicting with him is they'll think he's destroyed, and he'll be a few miles below the earth, where Superman just
punched him,
plowed him into the ground, and he'll incubate or something.
Yeah.
Incubate and
for
get
9
strong.
months.
So, sort of a Super Saiyan thing.
Well, how Doomsday works is the more damage he takes without being killed. He's kind of like you say, like a Saiyan, like a Super Saiyan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he's punched into the mantle where it's really high heat and high pressure,
he'll become even tougher.
Yeah,
and
that's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's
I can see that.
Boom!
The Punisher has returned.
Really?
Fine. Fine.
You give him bones on that. That actually.
Fine.
Yeah, that was. Just saying.
What am I doing with my life?
Hey, you're watching trailers and discussing shit.
Hey, he could Gohan all night.
Okay. Wow.
We're krilling it back here.
I'm done.
Oh no.
And Ben is out.
He's gone. He's taking a break.
Hikayo can't take it.
Run!
Just cool off. Get something out of the freezer.
Oh, snap!
Oh, Lord. We lost the futon. He's gone full Tuscan Raider. This would probably be a good place to end it. Thank you for tuning in to the Superman vs. Batman Dawn of Justice trailer. Oh, Lord. Blood pressure is rising. We will see you Bye.